Welcome to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio. It is that time of the week again, folks. There's the beanied one, Gerard Barrera.
You have your
What's
own
up,
intro
guys?
music now.
That's right. What is up, my nerds? It's been a while since I've used that. It's been a while.
Yeah.
What up, my nerds? How's it going? God, I missed you guys. I missed my listeners. I missed the viewers, but most of all, I missed my boys. Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Hello there.
And joining us from
it's been so long since you've seen Matt.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Saturday. Actually, it was Sunday. And joining us from the Pop Void is Babyface Theowalski.
Pop Void.
Pop Void. I see the shirt. You're wearing a pop shirt.
Okay. Yes,
Love it.
I'm wearing a pop shirt. I got all my pops. I've run out of room for pops, and I still have more on the way. So we gotta.
Oh, that's so funny. Was
Gotta
that
figure
was
this out.
that for did you order stuff from like FunkoCon recently or
This one is the subscription box that comes out every month for Marvel Funko.
oh, how I miss those.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
this theme was What If in order to mix with
Sweet.
What If.
Oh,
And
okay.
next is Shang-Chi.
Ooh.
And the slowly going from a cub to a lion
Simba.
is the lion's mane.
He is now Simba.
The man with the couch. Jason Valerio.
What's up,
How's
baby?
it going, everybody? How's it going? Today is Thirsty Thursday, so let's crack one open for the boys. For the boys.
Are you
For the
ever not
boys.
thirsty, sir? Isn't it? It's always Thursday every day.
Well, no, not always,
Okay.
but I'm glad to see.
That
y'all
depends.
again.
Hold on. That depends. Are we in a lockdown situation with Costco again? Because if so, then
No.
yes, every day is a
That's fair.
Thursday.
No,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean it's getting close, but no.
We're getting there, man. I got to tell you, bro, the conversation I had with a couple of my coworkers, like we're kind of there's in the rumor sphere is that we might go back to like full remote.
Yeah,
It's
no,
Yep.
it's a
possible.
possibility where
Our-
like
Our
it's
company
getting
will
talked about
push
now.
back our return.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I a lot of like California right now, since school is coming back like just
Yep.
around the corner.
Yeah.
Like pretty much everybody has to be either tested or vaccinated weekly.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
crazy.
Weekly. Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm not
It's
alone in
just-
this, but I'm kind of happy of the last few like kind of public like venues or like concerts and or stuff like that have been requiring
You have to be fully vaccinated.
proof of vaccination,
Mm.
which it's starting to become more of a common thing. Which
I mean,
I'm happy
let's
that's
let's
like,
talk about that because like with that, like Obama had his 60th birthday party
Yeah.
last week, and
Mm.
the other political party in the US sphere has been jumping on it because nobody was wearing masks. Here's the problem with that, though. Obama required proof of vaccination and proof of a negative test within a couple of days of the party for you to get in.
There you go.
there you go.
It's called going back to life, guys. Let's
Yeah.
mask up.
Yeah.
I mean, now we've got
It's-
Florida governor and the Texas governor both going, yeah, we need help badly.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
yeah.
They
Oh my god.
Florida is almost up to 100,000 cases last week.
Congratulations.
Their ICUs are filling up
Oh really?
to
Oh,
capacity.
it must be from
Um,
all of those COVID parties that were
Or-
happening.
As they were they're blaming the
And
migrants down at the
concerts.
border. I at this point, I think we can't stress this enough, guys. I mean, even now,
Never.
DeSantis is coming out and going, hey, all the cases that we're bringing in, 95% of them are the unvaccinated. And they're saying, he's now come out and saying the vaccinations help save lives.
Yeah.
They help keep you out of the hospital, which I think everybody needs to understand is like the vaccine's not going to keep you from getting COVID.
It's not a
going
cure.
to limit your chances, and it's going to keep your ass out of the hospital
Yeah,
with
it's
the
not a
deadly
cure.
variants of it.
It's
Yeah.
very
So-
much like a flu shot. if
Yeah.
you had flu shots. You still can get the flu, but it's not going to be this crazy, oh my God, I'm dying of the flu.
Correct.
So please
Like,
be with that.
Kind of like when the flu first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw this TikTok. It was great, and it was this guy, like a doctor and a patient, and he goes, "Yeah, we're gonna want to do this experimental procedure on you, where we're gonna want to swap your liver for a spleen, and we're gonna want to do all these other tests and everything, right?" And the guy's like, the patient's like, "Yeah, okay, cool, we're fine, right?" And he goes, "Oh, and let's go ahead and get you a COVID vaccine." "No, I don't want any of that." "But you just said you trusted me." "But I don't want any of that stuff in my body." But it keeps, and then he goes on, he goes, "Well, I guess since you don't want the COVID vaccine, do you still want that experimental liver procedure?" "Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do that." I'm like, it's so true though. I mean, I have to say this though. Out down here in Phoenix and stuff is like, the more like going into Walmarts and Targets, there are more people that are just starting to wear masks voluntarily.
Yeah.
And it's actually more so, I think more so now than when I first moved down here in April.
I'm kind of getting that consensus as well. It's looking like more and more common. Like now, this was the second day I've worn a mask.
Yeah,
like now it's becoming more. It's going to be regular now. But yeah, like I'm getting back into that mode where, God, it was so nice. It was so nice.
It's like, God damn it, we forgot our mask.
Yeah.
I mean, we were kind of joking, like when we went to the aquarium this weekend, it was like, oh crap, we forgot our masks. Well, better not get COVID.
Yeah.
But I mean, we joke around about it, but I mean, honestly, when we were at the aquarium, there weren't a lot of people wearing masks.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
So I honestly, I mean, I don't want to have
safe. Yeah,
I don't want to have Jason's life a living hell, and all of a sudden toilet paper is not available anymore, cleaning products, and he has to deal with rude customers and mile long lines.
All that from before, I don't think it's going to happen because everybody already stockaded from a year ago. Like, they got like probably 50 rolls of toilet paper, like 100 gallons of just bottled water. I feel that everyone is more prepared. But I just don't believe that, a lot of it needs to calm down with, oh, well, they're not wearing a mask, so I don't wear a mask. And, you're trampling on my rights. I mean, dude, like you got to stay alive to have rights. I'm sorry. Like it is a big thing about that. But I just want to say, as like a person that has been through literally day one all the way to day now. Yep. Just please just wear a mask, like your inconvenience of 10 minutes to maybe half an hour could save the person that's right next to you, even if you're vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I still wear a mask everywhere I go. It's just, I think I might adapt this now, like voluntarily all throughout, till we actually find something that like it's okay to go back in public now, or it's on top of it, like we're on top of it. But till then, dude, like I just wear a mask just because like it's a lot easier now too. I don't have to worry about like my funky breath, just in case. It's like
easier to smell your own funky breath.
Yeah, but I mean, at least it's my own funky breath. And then, like, my beard is like very
all right,
growing in quite
a quick PSA for you guys.
Really. Yeah, your beards will grow in thick because of the mask now. Like, I don't know if you felt it, Jerry, but I got
the sweat's real. Oh yeah. That's why I hate the masks.
Oh, maybe it is
awful.
No, I gotta shave like every 2 days now because of all the humidity in that.
Yeah, I trim a lot.
It just makes it grow so much thicker, so much quicker. I gotta shave like almost every other day.
I don't know what that's like, so
I mean, and
you lucky bastard.
Yeah, the burden, the burden of
darn.
But and I think the other thing is like it's not just us too. It's like it's the world that's still getting impacted.
Oh yeah.
Like I have coworkers that are over in India, and I was talking to one of them today, and it's still pretty bad over there. They extended the work at home, lockdown essentially until October. And even then, they don't know if that's going to be a date that they're going to do, and they're still having to worry about
God, that's such a bummer.
family dying from COVID and having to administer last rites within religious guidelines because they're having trouble finding people, so they're having to do mass, religious rites ceremonies and everything like that, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, guys, we're 600,000 plus dead in the United States. That is 600,000. That's just in the US, and that's 600,000 too many. So let's get back to normal. Let's get the vaccine. 70% of Americans right now have at least one shot or are fully vaccinated. Let's get that on up. Kids now, I think it's over the age of 12 now, are able to go get the vaccine. And let's mask up.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Speaking of viruses, Venom's been delayed until October.
Our Venom.
This is
October.
Not the first...
Well, that's not bad. That's
okay. Hold on. It was originally supposed to come out the end of June. Then it got moved to Then it got moved to September 7th, I think it was. And then got postponed. And then it got postponed to September 14th. And now it's postponed until October. And the real prevalent theory now is that Hollywood's prepping for another round of where moviegoers are not going to be able to go to the theaters because of what we were just talking about. And I think that's something that, was not built into Scarlett Johansson's contract was, Disney Plus streaming. This one is, there is no streaming service right now.
Maybe they're getting it ready for digital.
Maybe, or prepping it, making it, prepping it. But who would carry it though? Because it's Sony. Sony doesn't have their own streaming platform, so they would have to partner with. There's nothing wrong with Paramount Plus. Well, they could put it on Crunchyroll now if they own Crunchyroll.
Oh no, Sony, Paramount Plus. Sony owns Paramount.
Who owns Crunchyroll? Funimation owns Crunchyroll.
No, Sony owns Crunchyroll, which Crunchyroll is merging with Funimation, all under the Crunchyroll banner. So now all that stuff's gonna be owned by Sony.
Crazy.
Or sell it on their own, but
Netflix.
You're right.
I mean, that's where Sony's partnered before. Is Netflix as a platform. So
maybe. And other news, actually, Chloe Bennet, who was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., she was Quake. Left the Powerpuff Girls movie. Oh no, series. Sorry,
TV
live
show,
action.
the WD show.
TV show. She parted ways. She left.
I wonder why. I think that seems mired.
It's gotten delayed.
Concept.
It's not only gotten delayed, but it's also gotten postponed because it's getting rewritten. Because the pilot was
bombed.
Was trash.
Yeah.
So is Chloe Bennet leaving a sinking ship? I think so.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I think so too.
Sorry, Powerpuff Girls.
It doesn't really lining up jobs though.
No, she isn't.
She really isn't. And to be perfectly honest, I don't think she's that great of an actress.
But here's the thing, though. I don't think Powerpuff Girls works as a live action.
It does not.
No, it does not.
Well, I know. Like it was a completely original concept. Like apparently it was like them, like the whole animated show was their early years, and now this is their grown-up years.
No.
After being like well-known superheroes and stuff like So
are we saying they grow into their heads? That's what happens?
I guess that's what happened. Yeah.
I mean,
it's just adult-sized heads from being born. I should say.
When you look back at it, though, the whole mayor and the secretary, that's a whole Me Too movement waiting to happen right there.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe it's good that they kind of WB or CW rather pulls back a little bit and goes, maybe. So
I didn't see it working.
I don't know.
at all.
It doesn't
I don't know.
like it doesn't seem like that good of a start, anyways. You know,
No.
like I
I
would
was-
never see this as a live
Yeah.
action. There's some things that just cannot be live action.
I was thinking, how are they gonna work this into the Arrowverse somehow? Because every CW show is all connected to the Arrowverse.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I mean,
Who
they only
knows?
called it
Maybe.
because it started with Arrow. I mean,
Yeah.
'cause
So
they
on
definitely
the
can't call it the DC universe because that's
No.
already
right,
No.
Mo Chocolate is in the chat. What's up, Mo?
What's up, Mo?
Mo.
Hey, Mo. What's up, yo?
Mo's got some news he's going to be dropping tomorrow night on his channel.
Oh, nice.
He's got a nice
Very
little
nice.
project he's working on, which I am under embargo.
Ah, cool. I
So
like it.
yeah, there can be no secret dropping until Mo does his reveal tomorrow night on his channel. So Mo, hopefully that goes well for you tomorrow night. But so back to the comic book movies. Shang-Chi. Now, as we were talking about Venom being delayed and whatnot, Shang-Chi is going to be exclusive to theaters. So it is not going to have a Disney Plus launch.
Good.
Cool.
I think that's good, but then I also look back on it and be like, so you're going to give Shang-Chi a theater only launch, but you're going to stream Black Widow. I mean, maybe
They're learning from their
maybe-
mistakes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering how much
Whoever
them.
Mistakes. Also, at the same time, too. What phase are we on?
Four.
Is that after a lot of the Avengers stuff?
That's
Yeah, it's a
literally
whole
everything
new
that's
phase.
happened. Everything that's happened after Endgame is phase 4.
So I mean, like, we don't need a. I'm not gonna like shoot it down, but we don't need a backstory of Black Widow that's gonna be a like prequel to.
No, but
and-
I'm like, Black Widow, the contract was exclusivity to the theaters. So
Yeah, no. I'm
Um,
just saying, like,
yeah.
fill me in on where this lies in the whole.
Oh, it's
mean,
after.
Shang-Chi
It's
is
literally
further out.
after. Well, no,
Black
no,
Widow is like
Black
supposed to be
Widow
like into
is-
phase 3.
So Black
you're
Widow is
backtracking
It's
a
literally
little
after. Black Widow is literally after Civil War.
So we're going backwards to go forwards.
yes,
Black Widow, you should just think of completely separate or
Yeah.
already done in the past.
Standalone.
yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Like
Kind of.
not even
Two
part of
steps
phase
back.
4.
The
It's
the
not part
only
of phase
the only
4.
thing that reveals something in phase 4 is the end credit scene.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! So you
That's
watch
it.
a full movie just to watch the end credits to understand
Yes.
that that's what's going to be the start of Phase 4.
No, it wasn't the start of phase 4. It was just attached to it. It was just an
Yeah.
additional information.
Okay, you know what? You
Yeah.
I'm done. I might stop watching MCU, man. I might stop watching MCU for a little bit.
Why?
Just, dude, what?
Dude, I'm not saying you have to see the that end credit scene. You could
No.
surpass it and
So
still
it's
like
an
find out
optional
about
movie.
it. Huh?
Is Black
Yes,
Widow?
Black Widow's
Yeah.
optional.
It's an
Yeah,
optional
it's
movie.
always been an optional movie.
but you also got to think of it, man.
No,
like,
because
I mean, even
We- everything we've
I-
watched so far up to date has been at some point canonical. You know,
what canonical?
I mean,
Has been canon.
chronomical?
Has been
Canon.
canon.
Canon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know,
Chronological, I'm sorry,
every movie
chronological.
that we've watched so far, roughly, has been,
It's been canon.
Roughly.
Yeah.
you know. So this is the first non-canon.
very
Incredible Hulk.
little. I mean, like if anything, WandaVision
Well, no,
had the
Incredible-
most canon out of it.
Soft canon. Matt, soft
Incredible
canon.
Hulk soft canon.
Oh my god.
But I mean, how many years ago?
I
was
mean,
Well,
The-
yeah,
the ori-
but like the MCU was still kind of being
It did.
formed.
that? Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I mean,
so
OG Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man are about to become canon.
Fair.
So, okay, so let's make Jason happy.
please just
Okay.
let me know.
Let's make Jason happy.
MCU,
Okay,
just
And-
stop,
please,
just
Jason.
slow
He's
it
very
down.
picky
about these
Take,
things.
take a
It's like, I
break.
have to
You know,
invest
we're in
2
COVID.
hours
MCU.
to know what's going on. What?
MCU,
make-
we're
okay.
in COVID time, so can you please slow it down? You know,
oh my
we're
god,
putting more things out faster than we're actually getting cases right now. So
Oh,
slow it down,
shit.
MCU.
oh my god.
Slow it down.
Okay, so let's
So
make Jason
ridiculous.
happy.
No,
Jason,
that's
I know
reverse
you're-
thinking, sir.
Jason, I know you're a huge supporter of Sega.
Ooh, this is good news.
Some Sonic 2 casting.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
Mm.
The one,
Dude.
the only Idris Elba is going to be Knuckles.
Dude,
Idris
when I
Idris
saw that,
Elba.
we're like, both me and my wife are like,
So
he's
awesome.
gonna have this deep voice now.
Dude,
and we're
he's
like,
gonna have this suave, like he's gonna be a cool character. I'm
Oh.
just
you
he's
know,
gonna be cool.
everyone always from day one when we had Sonic and Knuckles, everyone was like, "Oh, dude, Knuckles is
Oh,
the one to
Knuckles,
play.
Knuckles, badass.
Knuckles
Oh,
badass.
yeah.
He's
Oh, yeah.
the one you play. You don't
He's
play Sonic
always
anymore.
been,
Oh,
yeah.
Nobody plays Sonic
mean,
anymore. Once
The
Knuckles
moment
came out.
Sonic and Knuckles came out for Sega, I was always Knuckles
Yeah.
because not only was he new, but he was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great casting.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Oh man,
they
I'm
gonna-
excited.
So the question is, are they gonna bring
Jim Carrey's
Jim
in
Carrey
it.
back?
He's-
Tim Carrey's back.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we find out how he like finds a way.
Out of the mushroom world that he was
Yeah.
on or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's
'cause-
going to be insane from being on
Probably
that
where he-
mushroom world. So it's gonna be fun.
You know
But
what?
I really hope they have a good backstory for Knuckles specifically, since they had his race attack Sonic at the beginning of the Sonic movie.
Right.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
I want to. Yeah, that's why I'm very hopeful for this next movie.
But
You know,
I love
I-
that it's Idris Elba's accent for Knuckles, because like you've never
Yes.
heard Knuckles really talk besides the cartoons, which wasn't that great. But to have his
Oh, yeah.
accent to go with it is going to be amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Like,
It's gonna
oi,
be nuts.
who you?
Yeah.
It'll be
Like,
fun.
Right.
oh, so awesome, dude! Like,
Speaking of Bloodsport,
Yes.
Right.
Idris Elba. Jerry and I got to see Suicide Squad this weekend, and
Nice.
I
we
watched
actually
it on
went and saw it in
HBO
the
Max.
theaters. We saw it in the theaters on the big screen.
yes.
I for a couple of scenes, I think maybe it would have been better to watch it on the small screen because then we wouldn't have seen the full frontal. But honestly, I think
I didn't really need to know the like pretty accurate size of John Cena and all his glory and everything. But
I
yeah,
swear that dude.
that man
that
is
dude,
ridiculous.
That dude is. He is funny.
yeah, he is.
He
funny.
is funny. You know, like
And it was good seeing his range though
was-
too, because he goes from the stupid comedian to dead
yeah.
serious,
straight up
and-
dead
yeah.
serious and like methodical and like
Yep.
it's a cool because that's got to be such a fun character to play because you can go to comedy but then you can go straight to just like psychotic
Mhm.
and he did really like I agree with everyone. He stood out. He
And
stood out.
He
in
stood
the
out.
film.
I think that he acted very well for that part, but I still
Yeah.
think that he kind of didn't have the perfect look for it. Like he needed a little work on his facial cues for especially the serious parts, because he's like with how he like frowned
mean-
and everything, it was still comical on his face while he was delivering
mean,
those serious lines.
Cut him a little slack. He's been
Mm.
chilling in the WWE for
I know,
a
but I mean,
decade.
I'm just saying there's just a little
Yeah.
constructive criticism, just a little training on
So-
the facial cues. Like it's still noticeable.
Jerry and I were talking about this, and I mean, from my point of view, is absolutely better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
And for me, you don't have Jared Leto's Joker, but overall, it was just a better story. Two is I think it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy. Only so here's my reasoning is
Okay.
because with Guardians of the Galaxy, we know James Gunn had to play it safe. There's some parts of Guardians where you can tell he wanted to push the envelope more, but he was held back because it was House of Mouse and
Yep.
Mhm.
and Marvel. Whereas in this one, DC was like, go have fun. Go
Yeah.
make Suicide Squad as crazy ridiculous as the comic actually is.
And I think that's a bonus right now to date that DC has versus Marvel is that they don't have to have this like this censorship I don't know if that would be the right word.
PG, more family PG.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Like-
more family-ish. I don't know if because what I'm saying is because like right now I've been reading about Deadpool 3 is supposed to be coming out.
Which that's supposed to be rated R though.
It's supposed to be rated R, and again, it's going to
I mean,
be.
they
Well,
need to be consistent.
but
with the
also,
others.
They're trying to
also
not make it
within that
R.
and within that news of Deadpool, Disney is planning to have a rated R like genre. So like Blade, Deadpool, the R version of like whatever Suicide Squad would be. Those are going to come out as from that like company that they're going to like.
I'm imagining it's probably going to come out under because that's where they usually put their adult stuff.
Something like that. Yeah.
So it's right now I feel that DC needs to capitalize on that and just give like those like crazy action sequences that Marvel probably couldn't do or they're like restricted on doing. Like, and I saw it on HBO Max and I was like, I should watch this, but if it's like the first one, then I don't know. So but I just want to
I think one of the best parts first. You get to see Harley be Harley. Like
true.
Her kind of go like kind of like that dip into the
Just
back of the
really
psychotic
weird.
pool, which is great to see.
I mean, it's not necessarily spoilers, but when she puts out the line is like, oh, if I find red flags in a guy, I'm just gonna kill him. I'm gonna do the nice thing. I'm just gonna kill him. That's an idea.
Which funny is, I mean, they kind of show, or it's already out there, but that scene where she's got to get the key, that was done in one take.
Oh, nice.
That's crazy. Yeah,
she just straight did it. So
yeah, I have to. I agree. I definitely have to say that it was like because he had no real restrictions, and him being the director that he is, because he did a lot of his research, which is what he does for those projects, especially the comic book ones. He did his research for Guardians. I would have to say that it was better than the two Guardians movies.
Really?
Definitely.
I prefer not that. I don't think it was better than the Guardians. Like I definitely thought it was better than the first because there was definitely more meat to the story. However, I primarily just disagree with, out of preference, the style the story was told, and specifically with how it was chronologically.
Showing like the now or the 3 days earlier.
A little bit, but it also like took away from the climax in certain scenes because you got that like that Osmose Bush to like, oh my god, this is coming, and then you're going downhill into another buildup off the side and trying to pick it back up.
I understand
took away
that
from my enjoyment of the movie.
I get that, but that's what I kind of liked about it.
Right, and that's why I say it's a matter of preference,
right?
Because it's a style of filmmaking.
Because that's playing with like the Wes Anderson type of feel, and I love those movies. But like you said, it's a preference. Those were like the kind of quirky things that I looked at. I enjoyed Squad.
That. Suicide Squad's just a chaos comic, anyways. So.
But it's also, but the other thing is, it's like that's what I love about those comics is like it's a perspective comic. Like each comic, it depends on the writer and the illustrator, and like, or like sometimes like they just go kind of off the wall. You never really know because it's mission by mission. So that's what's so fun about it. So I hope they. I hope
we should have VK style, for this. Because we should have VK
for. They had that style of filmmaking for Birds of Prey too, which at the same time took away from my enjoyment. Was that build something up and then cut away from it for like 5 minutes and come right back to it without any real build up.
But then again, that story was trash.
I mean, I wouldn't go as far as trash, but it definitely wasn't. It's not the Suicide Squad so far.
I mean,
like, so far the Suicide Squad is very good, very high up for my DC movie enjoyment.
Are you putting Birds of Prey down with Batman and Robin?
Oh God, no. Oh, we
It's
don't
still
really-
above.
It's
It's
hard
still
to put
above.
anything
It's
in
still
level
above
with
Batman and Robin.
nipples. Like you don't go level with nipples ever.
Yeah.
It's always above.
I mean, that
Stick
is
to the neck and
like,
above. Don't look
unfortunately,
down.
yeah.
Eyes right here.
Unfortunately, that movie is like perma at the end of the
Yes.
list. Oh yeah, but I would say it's a little bit above it. Birds of Prey.
Dude.
I mean, Wonder
Shoot
Woman
out.
84.
84.
Nah, but no, I mean there were like holes and parts that weren't.
I'd actually
Weren't
put
there.
Birds of Prey higher than Wonder Woman 1984.
I wouldn't.
dude,
Oh, I
84.
definitely wouldn't.
80,
I
dude,
thought
84,
I thought
man.
1984
It wasn't
with
good.
Their story was just pure laziness.
Yeah.
Pure laziness, especially
Too
with
much
bringing
hype.
back Steve. Like, no,
Yeah,
he's
that was tough.
reincarnated when she can only
Yeah.
see him the way that he's doing. Like, no,
No, I didn't like that either.
That was so lazy.
You,
But I still would put that above Birds of Prey
All right, fair enough.
I mean, and that, I'm not.
because
me
only because
saying that-
they got
We got our
so many
preferences.
of
We
those
don't always agree.
characters wrong. On top of the terrible story.
Okay, I definitely agree with you that to a certain extent. They hit like the characters at like a half point. They needed to get at least up to 80% in order to get the character right.
You're saying they did it CW style?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I would say that.
Ooh, I don't know. I think
Yeah,
CW
no.
might have done it a little bit better for the characters wise.
Okay,
for the
hold on.
characters.
But at least TV has a reason to change the characters for TV.
Okay, but did you
In
ever
the-
watch? Did you ever watch part of the Arrowverse when they did introduce Huntress? Because like Huntress on CW side was way better than the Birds of Prey Huntress.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely. Oh yeah, I totally agree. And I'm not saying that they consistently get it wrong. I'm just saying that sometimes in the TV world, they alter it to make it work for TV. But when you're doing your research as an actor, and then when you're trying to make a big budget movie, you know, you would try and be a little bit
Batwoman
more.
or
Try and be a little bit more
What
accurate.
was the other one with the staff? That superhero with the staff. It was a teenage
Stargirl.
girl. Yes, thank you, Stargirl.
yeah, Stargirl.
That one was awful.
So I will say
But-
this: public.
They're close at the comic. It's just not that great.
Oh.
I will say this: PSA. Unlike most of our theater that left, stay through the credits. There are 2 scenes.
Mhm.
Okay.
One is just a dude, what the hell? And the other is actually setting up some other things for the DC extended universe.
But everybody already
so-
knows about it. That's
Yeah.
the thing. They made the announcement for it.
Mhm.
Which, if people haven't been paying attention, I'm not going to ruin it for them.
Right.
And I'm just going to say, stay
That's
through
also
it.
why I
because
didn't say any. Yeah.
Pretty much our
We won't
entire
ruin it
theater
for you,
just,
but you can go out and get it ruined for yourself.
pretty much. I mean, but pretty much our entire theater up and left.
yeah.
Really? Okay.
So yeah. So
They didn't
Um,
know. They were amateurs. They didn't
I
know.
mean,
They were.
it's
it's
well,
changed.
we live
though.
in that
I mean,
that time with a lot of the comic book movies. It's like, dude, there's always something.
Always.
There's always
There's
something.
something.
Always
Even if
something.
it's
So-
it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense or it doesn't correlate to the next movie or whatever, there's always something.
There are end credits in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yes.
They in Marvel movies
yes.
and DC
All right.
in the comic book.
So while we're on this trip down nostalgia lane with comics and all of that, something we haven't actually really talked about in the 2+ years we've been doing this is, especially, I mean, we're on episode 138 for crying out loud. Which, hey, people have stuck around for 137. That's great. You know? I mean, it's all shenanigans and nonsense.
Thank you,
but,
guys.
Thank you.
So I want to actually put this out there. I mean, we've touched here and there, but we've never really actually discussed it. But so I'm going to start with Jason, because we hardly ever start with Jason on anything.
J.
Really?
Bow.
Really? Yeah.
Jay Bow.
I mean,
It's okay.
you know. So, Jason, what is the game that ultimately made you fall in love with video games, for one? And why do you find yourself gravitating more towards the Nintendo and PlayStation side over?
So it's easier for me to do the questions the opposite. I usually play
Opposite order.
an opposite order because I
Sir-
usually play like
PC.
Nintendo, PC, or PlayStation primarily.
Okay.
One of the biggest reasons, except for lately because of my coworker, is I really don't play shooter games. And when I was working, especially with Jerry, one of the biggest things we would always tell all of the clients, the customers that came in, was, do you like first person or third person shooters? If you do, you are going to love Xbox. If you don't, then you're going to love PlayStation or Nintendo. If you're mobile like no tomorrow, then you would love Nintendo because at the time it was only DS that they didn't really have the Wii until like a few years after where me and Jerry were working. But it just came down to that.
That's how it was to differentiate like how to sell to customers because back then that's how it was.
especially back then.
That's how it was. I mean,
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, I still find it true to this day to a certain degree. I'm not gonna be like, oh, you can only get this, but since it came that way, I mean, don't get me wrong, I did buy an original, the black box X. Oh my god, I still can't even say black box Xbox.
Nope, you can't.
The first,
The OG.
the first
OG.
the
Xbox,
first,
me too.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Are we talking controller S series or are we talking the Duke? The big old paperweight of a controller.
Dude,
Duke.
The gigantic, massive, black looking box. The first one that was made, before there was all these Xbox XXS series.
It was just Xbox.
It was just Xbox.
Yep.
That's it. I did buy that, and I only bought it for literally Jet Set Radio.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
For me, it was Halo.
No, I didn't.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio.
Oh, that's
It was paired
that's
up
right.
with
No
Sega
shooters.
with
Yeah,
the
that's
Sega
right.
GT.
Yep.
I did also got Fusion Frenzy as well because it was like a party.
Oh my
game too.
god.
But
I was Halo all day.
yeah, like the literally only reason was that and Fable to start out and to try it.
See, I wish I started at Fable at
Other
that
than that,
time.
Yeah, other than that, it was like I just couldn't grab my attention, which is funny because like going back to that first question, what got me into it was Shining Force. Like Shining Force was my number one game, still is. I am still hunting for it to this day. I have a Genesis wrapped up in plastic.
No way.
If I
You want to
find
crack
it,
that seal.
if I find it, I am all in, and I don't want to buy it online because, a lot of times
No, you want to find it. It's a treasure hunt.
It's a treasure hunt.
It's the thrill of the hunt. I get that.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
if I do
bro.
find it, then I'm like, I'm in, and doesn't matter. I'll buy that game. Get that to know tomorrow.
Ooh,
That's so
damn.
funny.
Yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
That's so funny
I am
because I
am
don't think
on
I've
eBay
ever
right
heard of
now.
that. I don't think I've ever heard of that game.
Get out.
I haven't.
No, I mean it's a
You're not
it's a
alone.
classic game, man.
Yeah.
It's
For,
Oh, no, it
for
is.
Genesis. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
have my Genesis for very long though.
So, Jason,
Yeah.
I am on eBay right now. Okay. I know you don't want to buy it online. I'm just trying to just see what it's pricing at right now.
Yeah, roughly, and I think it's like 100.
So you can get one that is
Okay.
that's just on auction right now. So that's like a week, just cartridge only. For like $3, you can bid on it.
Yeah.
Shining Force 2 is running 5.
Yeah.
The second you get to having a package with that game,
Yeah.
you are now starting at $80 plus shipping.
It's
Damn.
not bad.
But I mean,
Wow.
that's what you want to get is a full.
Shining Force 2 with that's complete is going for $200 right now.
Dang.
Dang.
Yeah, that game literally started me on JRPGs. That was the first game that I fell in love with. That I went to Blockbuster. I kept playing the late fee dues. I was like, Dad, no, I need to finish
Oh
this
my
out.
god. That's
I
so
will-
funny.
Back, Jason. Shining Force is my all-time favorite tactical RPG.
Yeah,
Ever
it
made.
is.
Oh.
It is a tactical RPG that you just it never loses interest. You know, you always find like other ones, Final Fantasy Tactics, or you find Advance Wars or anything like that, and it's just like, man, like makes me want to play Shining Force.
There was just something about the
That's
characters.
awesome.
It's because
Like the way they were designed, like
it's because each character had their own like specialty. You know,
I mean,
back
come
in
on.
the day,
right? And they upgraded and they got the
Yeah.
you know, you went from warrior to gladiator. I mean,
you
one of the
had to-
characters you pick up in
sweet.
the beginning of the game, he's drunk in a bar.
Yeah. And like he is a great fighter, but then you know, like you have to balance out your team because you can only have I think like 10 or 12, and you get more than like 20 characters, and you're like, okay, who's dropping my team? Who's coming along?
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
Let me ask you this question. Did you bring both mages with you?
Never. Kaizen
Really?
all the way.
Wow.
I dropped Tau as soon as
Wow.
I got Kaizen, man.
I ran Tao and Anri
Yeah,
both
just-
all the time, plus Hans and Diane for the archers.
I left Hans. I didn't like Diane too much.
Oh dude, she rocks.
She
Like
rocks,
she
but
hits
I just
hard.
Just
And then
because
it
I
was
would
always
I would use May as my
for me it was May and Ken
Yeah, I
as
dropped
my
Ken.
two mains.
The only person that made it through the OG was Hans. That's it.
And then I would bring around Low for healing support. And then the new healer that you get later on.
Yeah, and
So-
love, but that's it. But yeah, it's one of those RPGs that I'm just like, dude, if you have a chance to play it, it is you get invested because the
That's so
story
good.
is great. The story
Cool.
is great, and at the same time, the gameplay is simple. It's
And the
straightforward.
game will kick your ass though if you
Yeah.
make a stupid move.
Yeah, if you make a wrong move, you gonna lose people.
So think about like with Fire Emblem right now with 3 houses, right? You leave a character out in the open, unprotected, they're gonna die.
But I mean,
And
granted,
Shining Force-
you get that you can revive them versus
Yeah, but
like
Shining
nowadays.
Force, you get stupid, they'll kill you. You are dead.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
Oh,
how
wow.
strong that character is, they will surround him and kill him
Yep.
or her.
Jason, did you know Steam has Shining Force right now for
Yeah.
$1?
Oh my god, I think I might. I'm gonna get it right now.
Oh,
Oh,
It's actually
Oh,
pretty
that's so
awesome.
If I
So-
can turn my thing around, you're gonna see it.
so
that's funny.
let's move around the horn and Jerry.
Yeah. Let's see. My first console was Nintendo.
But the
and
full
then
normal NES, that was the box that like actually slid the cartridge, right?
Nintendo. Oh yeah,
Okay.
OG Nintendo. I would say that was my first console, and then I would say what got me like heavy into gaming, like, oh man, that's a couple games actually. Yeah, it's a couple games. Which is kind of weird because I didn't finish the PS5 version yet. But so it was GoldenEye for Nintendo 64, which is what
Sick.
got me really into like the shooter area in in one side of my brain, where I love shooters and third person shooters, stuff like that.
Okay.
And like action and story driven games, I have to say it was Final Fantasy VII, the OG.
Mm.
But OG are like RPG controls. I think that's what's kind of like throwing me off with the remake.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm really
There's a lot
enjoying
more
the
involvement with the remake.
Yeah, and I get it, and I totally agree with it, and I enjoy the action part of it, but it's like the original 7.
Mhm.
It's exactly what Jason and Matt were just talking about with Shining Force. Was like you were choosing your team, you were building them up. Like for me, I was an RPG player. Like I grinded till I leveled up to where like the next couple chapters were going to be a breeze. Like
Jason.
I loved
Oh,
it.
jeez.
So yeah,
dude, I'm looking at that right
Is that
now.
on
like,
Game Pass? Is that what you're showing? Game Pass?
No, I just bought it.
yeah,
Oh my God, that's
It's
so
$5.
funny.
I'm picking it up on Steam right now, man. Like after seeing it, oh my god, That's
So
it.
yeah, I'd have to say Final Fantasy VII from the original PlayStation, but the original like RPG.
Okay.
I'd have to say like almost anything I've ever had that came out for PS2 was like that's when I got heavy into gaming.
Mm.
Like that's when I had a collection of games, like a tower on my desk was PS2.
Yeah,
Like
it's funny that you
Shadow
say that.
Monks, God of War, Jack and Daxter, Sly Coop, everything. I like, yeah, the PS2 was when I really got heavy into gaming.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that though, because like as we evolved in gaming wise, it's there are times when you just have like a section where you're just like, man, I could not stop doing this, or and then
Yeah,
there's
but
a
and then
certain
when you
section.
finally get through it, like you always remember those sections, right?
Exactly, when you
Yeah,
finally
man.
when you get through, not
And
not just the game,
that's
not
also
just the
what you
game.
got from like the PS2 era. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, Jason. Go ahead.
No, but just not just the game, but I mean, it's just like different genres, because you're like, oh, dude, like your friends were playing this, and when you're
Yeah.
playing with your friends, you're like, oh, dude, I want to pick that up, or like, and you travel down that path a little bit, and you're like, no, it's not for me. I think that's what the evolution of gaming has gotten to, where that's why every time I always speak like, oh, about Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation, I'm like, okay, you got family, you got non-shooters, and you got shooter. And I always break it down like that simple way, because it just that's how I feel like it's always evolved. Like the net code for Xbox is way better than PlayStation, and it always has been, and it always probably will be. And that's just one thing that you always like accept. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, dude, like I don't play shooters. I'm sorry, I can't get into Call of Duty, I can't get into Gears of War, I can't get into Halo, which are
He gets in a division.
the three main flagships for Xbox. But Division's not cross-platformed yet. I don't even know if it will be. But now that things are starting to get cross-platform, that's where I feel that nowadays it's going to be just a preference. And that's why I feel like, that's why I feel it's going. Will it matter? I don't know. Maybe.
I think it's a good thing.
So
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Theo, what about you,
Theo,
man? Like,
Mr. Pop.
Yeah. Pop.
Pop.
Pop,
So it-
pop.
Pop. So it got me into gaming actually predates me ever getting a console. So do you remember those battery powered little
I already
games
know what you're
that
talking
had-
about.
Are you talking
Yeah.
Tiger? Little Tiger
Tigers,
handhelds?
Tigers,
Oh, yes.
That's what got me
Oh,
started.
God.
Like I had so many of those. I probably at one time, like I was too young for this, but I had like 20 of them. And
No
I should have
way.
never had 20 of them.
did.
Yeah,
We
at
all
some point.
did.
But I had I had all the Sonics and things like that. Definitely Sonic was my first one with those tigers and everything. So that's what got me into gaming
Mine was
first.
Thunderblade.
Oh, I never
The
did
helicopter
Thunderblade.
game.
Oh, I never
I
did
used to play that one
Thunderblade.
like crazy.
But yeah, those got me started. And then it wasn't until I was like 9 or 10, my uncle decided to like give me his old NES, but it was the second version, the top loader.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
okay.
Nintendo Slim.
Yes.
Nice.
And I got immediately hooked with Duck Hunt.
Oh, sick.
I completely ignored Super Mario at first and then just went straight for the Duck Hunt and like despised that dog so much that I was
Because he
just
laughed
like,
at you.
yes, he's taunting you so bad. And it was just like, no. And like I was always that kid that like as soon as he started laughing at you, I'm pulling the trigger on the gun at his face really close to the TV. Just like, I don't care.
I did the same thing too.
But like Jerry, I was like, I didn't really hit my stride into gaming until like PlayStation 2. Like I had a PS1 Slim as well, and like there was only a few games here or there, but it was PlayStation 2 that definitely hit my stride with like Jack and Daxter and really getting into those adventure games. That's what I love. And thinking back, I really never got into like the RPG games like you guys got, because I kind of actually failed with story all the time, because I was always lazy and I couldn't read very well, so I never took the time to read. I was always very frustrated as a kid when I was reading, so I didn't quite get into those epic stories like you guys have.
That's cool, man. There was always time, but
And what was Matt trying to play that I couldn't hear?
Hold on, I'll go back. For you.
I want to know this now. I'm curious.
Yes.
If you wanted about triggering an era, just play that sound.
Yeah,
right. The music even annoyed me too. Like, it's just like, oh god, like I'm gonna do better next time.
I think like for me, it's like I started out with Intellivision, going way back, and that predates the Nintendo.
Way back, because he's like super.
I am the grandpa of the organization here.
No, that you're too far off.
Jerry. I was gonna say, Jerry, you're too far off. So
come on now.
And like, dude, I had the Tigers for road trips and stuff like that. I can remember my sister, my sibling had, Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. I mean, like all the Disney ones, and I had Thunderblade and X-Men and those ones.
With like those Tigers, I think I single-handedly helped them get into the green for Energizer for the batteries.
Right. And I had the old Mattel ones too, those little like portable ones that had just the little light diodes on them, for hockey and baseball. I had those too. But for me, what got my love for video games, granted, I thoroughly love Link to the Past, Super Metroid, that Super Nintendo era is really, kind of moved it forward. But for me, it's Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay.
I mean, that is, to me, like we were talking about Shining Force, right? Shining Force to me is the GOAT of tactical RPGs, because it kind of it was honestly one of those first dominoes for its time. Like you didn't have Final Fantasy Tactics and everything like, because it was, I mean, at that time, Shining Force was 93, if I remember the intro screen on that one. So Final Fantasy Tactics was probably and whatnot. But for me, it was Chrono Trigger. It was the story, the score, the characters, the fight sequence. I mean, it was Final Fantasy. I mean, this was the god team. Like they called this the all-star team that made Chrono Trigger. And but also was the multiple endings. Like you had a different ending depending on when you beat Lavos,
when you beat him, with what,
where, with who.
Yeah.
I mean, there's even like other endings
where replayability.
You did, because you could do New Game Plus with it, and you could go back through when you had the rainbow shell, and you could get either the rainbow swallow, which was Chrono's sword, or you could get 3 rainbow helms out of it. And then when you go back through, you still carry all of it with you.
Dude, those names. I love it.
Chrono, Isla, Luca,
it's so great.
Robo, Frog, and it's still to this day is my absolute favorite game. So Square Enix, if you're listening, I don't even need a
please bring
remaster.
It back, I guess.
Just give me Square Enix. Just give me a port to the Switch. And then with the 3DS version, which had the better animations and stuff like that. That being said, I still have Trigger and Chrono Cross on my Vita.
Nice.
So I can still play Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger. But I think what gravitates me a little bit more towards Nintendo is because I grew up on essentially the big 3: Mario, Link, and Samus.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I love Legend of Zelda. Now, there are a couple of games that I don't like in the series. From everything I'm seeing, I'm still not going to go try Skyward Sword, even though everyone says the story is amazing. The gameplay mechanics, even on the updated version, I don't want to be hitting a stick to swing my sword, especially when we know there's Joy-Con issues with the joystick. And I wasn't a fan of Majora's Mask. I love Metroid. I love Super Metroid. I love the Metroid Prime trilogy. I can't wait for us to get that on the Switch. But for me, and I got to thinking about this. Like last week, I said there was always going to be a Nintendo in our household, and I think that's because of a budgetary concern. But if I could afford it, I will always have a PlayStation, because I got to looking at like all my statues and everything as I started bringing them out of storage and setting some more back up in my room and whatnot. And the series I play, Horizon, Uncharted, I got into it late, but Ratchet and Clank. I'm going to go back and play Ratchet and Clank on my Vita. I got into Sly Cooper late. Sly Cooper's great. Mm-hmm. Now, I still owe Theo and Jerry another attempt at Jak and Daxter.
Yes.
Which I will do. I will get there.
I mean, if it comes down to it, like Jerry can probably agree or disagree with me, but if it comes down to it, I would almost say that you can kind of skip one in order to really get into it.
Fair enough.
Go from 2 to 3. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're just OGs and we played the original.
Ooh, okay.
Just
the primary thing that one's really going to set is the relationship between Jak and Daxter.
Pretty much.
Anything.
Yeah.
And then you just get more of it out of 2 and 3.
But for me though, like Uncharted, I can go back and play those games over and over and over again.
Oh yeah.
I can do the same thing with Horizon. Ratchet and Clank, had so much fun playing that with the kids. I mean, Sackboy, know me, I'm a big Little Big Planet fan. I love that. So that's PlayStation. Now, granted, I love Halo. Halo is pretty much what really got me into those shooters. Yes, there was GoldenEye, and I love playing GoldenEye with my friends, but frankly, I didn't use guns. I used remote mines. So, and proxies.
I still feel in my eye, Perfect Dark was better than GoldenEye.
Oh,
really? Because I beat that too.
Perfect Dark, I felt was way better than GoldenEye.
Well, yeah, but Perfect Dark also used the memory expansion too. GoldenEye didn't.
I think Perfect Dark was better as a kind of look, but controls.
All y'all out there listening, fight me.
007 had it all the way.
Comments and controls. Tell me that I may be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. Like I feel that Perfect Dark was a little bit stronger.
And I couldn't get into Perfect Dark.
I don't know about that.
I could not get into it. I even tried playing Perfect Dark Zero on 360.
I played.
No, we're not talking. Not Zero.
Oh no, I'm just saying it was still not a good
Zero
thing.
was bad. I
wasn't Perfect Dark more geared towards like a solo play than multi?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a big different feel.
Come on, nothing beats doing slappers on GoldenEye.
Oh my god.
But yeah,
that's true. And it's true in a lot of games if you just go melee only, which is freaking hilarious all the time.
I think, but for me, I think a lot of it is the stories in the games, right? You mentioned, Jerry, the Final Fantasies, OG 7, OG 8, OG 9, OG 10. Those were PlayStation. I mean, those were where it's at. And Xbox, to me, Halo just Halo was great. Forza came into its own and gave it as a rival to Gran Turismo, but there wasn't really
Halo and Gears, man.
There wasn't really much for me though that I gravitated towards with the Xbox. Because when I go back and I look at some of those Xbox games that I had on my account, they were all multi-platform. So there was times I had, because I could only afford one console at a time. So I delved into Xbox to see what it was like and ultimately went back to PlayStation. So, it's one of those things a trip down memory road. I actually, we'll talk about what we've been playing lately, is that I actually did do a month of PlayStation Now. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, PlayStation Now versus Game Pass, because I actually wanted to try it out and see what the streaming capabilities were versus the downloads. I haven't downloaded a game yet, but the streaming is okay. If I compare it to Project xCloud on my iPad, I would say the streaming capability is about the same. I did have some, connectivity issues and stuff like that where it was stuttering and whatnot. But overall, it's okay. There's definitely a lot to choose from, especially games we were just talking about, Sly Cooper and the original God of Wars, 1, 2, 3, the remasters. So we'll see.
So good.
I don't know if I'll do a year of it, just because, there's some games you can download, which I would prefer to just download them and have them on my system and just play them that way versus streaming it. Because if it doesn't have that bandwidth for long enough, it'll just kill the game. Say it's turning off the game and boom, done.
Oh, okay.
So
really?
So that's one of those things. If you hadn't saved to that point, then you're kind of
So you'd be like screwed, like your Elder Scrolls type of deal.
Don't start on.
I needed to trigger you. I needed to trigger you.
That would. I'd be so pissed.
I need something.
Oh my god, I would be so pissed.
But no, so I did that. Now talking about Memory Road, I was talking about.
I would walk away from
yesterday.
the game.
Yeah. Oh, I can't go back to
like
the
I
game.
have to walk away.
I walked away from Oblivion
And
when it
never
came
turned
out,
back.
and I have not touched it since.
Oh no way!
It's that bad. I'm that triggered, which is why I want to. Man, if we were still working together, there'd be another chair in your future. But talking about memory lane, and I was talking to just about Jerry's. I started playing Shadow of the Colossus.
Oh, nice.
Classic. Classic.
And I had to ask him, is like, does it get better? Because to me, it's like the concepts, like the gameplay is dated. The game mechanics themselves are very dated.
Yeah.
And I can see where Breath of the Wild and Horizon got their influences from. Some of that is from Shadow of Colossus. I can absolutely see that. But the controls are dated. However, that being said, Blue Point, oh my God, that game is absolutely gorgeous. They did a phenomenal job on the remaster. So I will play it out. I'll go beat the Colossus, see how everything plays out. I'll actually finish it. But
how's the story progression? I've never played Shadow of Colossus.
Go beat a Colossus, go back to the tower. Go beat a Colossus, go back to the tower.
Oh, okay. So it's a little simple.
It's that's where, but that's where like the charm of it when it first came out, like it was almost like a silent film. But the only real sound that you got was the crashing of each Colossus, and that's really the main skills of the game. Is the different Colossuses that you have to figure out how to get aboard and then find all the weak points. So each Colossus is different in that way. Like that was the bread and butter of the game. But like it was still interesting seeing kind of like the silent film act out when you get done. But like it's dated. It's definitely dated.
It's a very niche kind of game.
Yeah.
Like again, I forget who.
It's the same did Last Guardian.
They did Last Guardian.
They did Ico.
Ico.
Yeah, and Ico.
It's the same Ueda, and it's one of those niche kind of games where if you're not into it, you're not going to be into it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like Journey. It's just like all those other kinds. It's got a set audience that is going to be great for. But if not,
and that's the thing is, to Jason's point, right? I think I'm gonna play it some more, keep it going, see where it goes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. I definitely want to try and finish it, but at the same time, as so far 2 Colossus in, and I'm not really.
I mean, you're
resonating.
Matt, I'm not gonna lie. If you don't like it by the second or third Colossus, it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
Like 6 more.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's what I said too. Like it's really
So
it's a love or hate. There is no middle. It's like Jaeger. It's a love or hate. There is no middle.
And of course, a little bit of Animal Crossing here and there. Playing that a bit.
So you get more consistent with it?
Kind of. I'll go every couple of days. I'll go stay out of my residence, go check in with them, and
try to get that homie that comes by every like once a week.
Yeah, pretty much. And then of course, MLB The Show.
Nice.
I am still 2.5 games up on the Dodgers.
Hey.
They are nipping at my heels.
How far into the season are you right now?
I think I've got 2 weeks to the All-Star break.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay. Nice.
Yeah. So we're
sticking with it. Cool.
I'm just below 700. For my win percentage. I have 2 pitchers that are in the race for the Cy Young right now. Both of them are 10-1.
Nice.
And one who is leading the Cy Young race right now has a 0.82 ERA.
Well,
wow.
Okay.
That's impressive.
So
cool, y'all.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm definitely having fun with it. So I definitely need to keep winning though, because the Dodgers seem to just
Go boys.
yeah
Go boys.
scare the Dodgers.
uh
Jerry, what have you been playing?
oh, the same. Every once in a while some Mario when I get that Nintendo itch, 3D World. And then I've been diving head first into Second Son, man. I got that nostalgia bug, like we've been talking, man. Like it's for a first run game for the PS4, it's still good. Like I'm almost getting like kind of that itch to play Killzone now.
Wow.
Yeah, man, because that game still holds up today. That game still looks beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, now I've been getting that little itch, to play that game. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
How about you guys, Theo?
How about you, Jason?
For me,
Jason?
I've just been watching videos and shows right now. Me and my
You
wife
finished Community?
I finished Community. Yes.
Nice.
Nice.
We are caught up on season 10 of The Walking Dead since it just came out on the
Nice.
not too
Oh
long
man.
ago. So we are ready for season 11. I don't know if we're gonna watch it week on week. Like I just can't. The cliffhangers are too strong. Man. Cliffhangers are too strong. Other than that, here and there playing Phoenix Wright.
Okay.
Nice.
I need to
Finish it, man.
I need
before it comes out.
one. No,
Yeah.
it's already out.
It's already out.
Oh, it is already out. Oh, I thought you still
Yeah.
had like a month. Like I thought it was September that it came out.
It's out, but I just need to finish it up.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. Yeah, finish
other
it
than
up,
that,
dude. Get there.
Here and there, like once a week, play Division with the guys. Once a week,
Must be nice.
Stop on Final Fantasy just to like be on it. But
Maybe Jerry, maybe we should go like fire up Division. Maybe go do a little PvP with them and kind of show them how
hey, if it was
real build
cross-platform, man, I would be more than down. But it's still not cross-platform.
Still not. Well, tell us when it is.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I will let you know.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of people. Other than that, I'm trying to think anything else. Nah, like I've been asleep, getting sleep as much as I can, man. It is stressful at work right now. It is stressful at work.
Is it?
So
well, maybe it wouldn't be as stressful if you transferred out here to good old Arizona.
Yeah, great segue. Great question. Jason?
When you coming out?
Theo, when's your next tournament? When are you?
Next week. So
What
I
are
will
you-
not be on. I
Oh,
won't be
okay.
on the show next week.
Nice.
So you're safe. You're safe.
No, he's going back to the House of Rain.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so that's in Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, it's in Richmond, Virginia. Oh, Matt's
Okay.
old
And then
stomping
after
grounds.
that, when's your next tournament?
That will be the season ender for me. So I won't
Okay,
have a
so-
tournament until Arizona next year.
Hey, all right. So speaking of Arizona, great
dude.
segue. When are you coming
I
out?
just want to, Theo, I just looked at the weather for Richmond.
I know.
Oh, no.
I saw it.
It's
too.
rain. It's rain.
It's
Oh,
just,
is it
just
that
not-
bad?
Yeah, it's just all rain. It's just all rain.
Yes.
Oh damn, that sucks.
Look,
It's not even like the spurts that we had like last time I was
no.
out there. Like no, it's just
Oh, is it
going
straight up
the
like
entire time.
straight up rain, the whole thunderstorms the whole week.
damn?
Yeah. And it's been really dry over here, so there's been so much training in the rain.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so we got that going on.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to the tournament. Coach actually decided yesterday that I should turn down my weight on my bow, in order
Really?
to support my shoulder and tune the arrows a little bit better.
That's not a bad
Oh.
idea though. I mean,
Okay.
especially with the
I-
shoulders. What are
Yeah,
what are you dropping?
I've been struggling with the shoulder for a while now. We've been adjusting my form, so it would be good for the amount of arrows. Right now, I'm pulling 45. And we're probably just going to put it down to 44, just lighten up a pound.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, that's still actually, if you think 45 is high, that's actually on the low side for the professional men, at least. Usually they go from
What's
average about 45 to 56.
What's Ellison pulling?
Ellison averages about 52.
Dang, man.
Yeah.
And holding that tension, that's insane. Wow.
You have to hold that entire weight the
You
entire
don't think
time.
about that when it comes to like archery, but that's no joke.
That's why my bow is on the low end, because I don't have great shoulders. So
sorry.
I would
sorry guys. Yeah. Sorry. Hold on one second.
We're introducing the world to Jerry's mom.
It's actually my aunt. She's in town.
Nice.
But we're good.
But other than training, I have been keeping up with a little consistency with God of War. Still been really enjoying that. Killed my first dragon.
Nice.
Got that one done. So we got the electric or the static arrows and everything like that. So yeah, it's definitely been fun. I'm disappointed in myself for not having played it sooner, for sure.
It's okay.
It's all right though, man.
You're enjoying it now.
Yep.
That's what's important, because it's so good. And it only gets better.
I actually realized today specifically, I haven't launched Destiny 2 for 3 weeks.
Wow.
Which never has happened before.
He's starting to see the light.
And I feel bad because the season is ending and there's like so much that I've missed, but like I actually have been enjoying God of War more, so I don't really care.
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. That's the joy. That's all right.
It's okay. Destiny 2 will still be there like forever.
Forever. Yeah.
And just like us, we'll be there for you. To help you through. We'll help you through the withdrawal.
Yeah.
So with that, I do want to thank everybody for stopping in, hanging out with us, especially Mo. Long friend of ours. God, I mean, Mo goes back to 2014.
Oh yeah.
You think about that. We've known him.
Yeah, we met Mo at the same time we met. Yeah,
Diddy and J Tight. So
yeah.
And then of course, thank you to everyone that tunes in on podcast platform of your choice. It does mean the world to us. If you like the show, make sure to, hit that subscribe button, but also, tell a friend, let a friend know, hey, here's a great podcast that's kind of shenanigans all the time and whatnot. So you never know. But also too is head on over to crashinggamenight.com. Make sure to check out what we've got on over there, because I'm getting ready to upload the shots. This past week was not a good week for that stuff, but I'm gonna get all the new shots uploaded from there. We did get them posted over on the Twitter scope, so to speak. But yeah, I'm gonna be splitting my time with virtual photography and real photography.
Hey, that boy,
go.
So the website is back up and running.
Oh, nice,
officially.
dude.
So
congrats.
Photography.net.
Nice.
I stealth launched it. I stealth launched it a couple of weeks ago, kind of just that first step. So it is up and running. And
very cool. Excited for what's to come.
Nice.
Once I get back into shooting a little bit more regularly, the business is coming back.
Nice.
Hey,
very cool.
Congrats, dude. That's awesome.
So,
yeah, man.
I need to make use of that $1,600 camera body that's sitting in the corner. But
and for those listeners who are listening closely, he said the body was only $1,600, not including all those lenses.
Yeah. Good Lord.
I saw my stylist about that today when we were talking about her photographer for her wedding, and she was like, "Yeah, how much was your gear?" I was like, "The body was alone $1,600." So,
sounds so fancy. You're stylist.
Hey,
so fancy.
Go and get my hair cut. Ain't no great clips, man. It's sports clips. I go get my MVP treatment.
Oh my god.
Get it all back beside. Anyways, but yeah, as always, be excellent to each other, guys, and especially right now, guys, just stay frosty and chill, and just be nice to each other.
That's right. Be nice. Be kind. Rewind. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna
You can
take it.
take it. You can take it, man.
I'm kidding.
Take it. You
I'm
can
just
take
kidding,
it.
man. No. I want to say goodbye to all of my nerds. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening. Thank you for just hanging. But also, guys, listen, support Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ plus community. Stop that Asian hate. Once again, just show your support, lend a helping hand. If you see something, record it, say something. Don't just pass it off. And let's just, like Matt said, let's just try and be there for each other and lend a helping hand and just be kind. Thank you. And good night.
Again, everybody, as we said earlier in the podcast, please get vaccinated. You know, it is very, very important. I know we push it on, we push it, keep pushing it. But as you see from a lot of things that are starting to become quote unquote social normed, you're going to need to get a vaccination test proven. If not, you're going to get like probably a weekly test to prove that you are negative. So I know it's for those that do and don't. Just if you can, please get vaccinated. It helps out the greater good, as well as mask up still. If you are voluntarily masking up, good for you. If you're involuntary, just take that like 15, 20, maybe even 30 minutes of your day to, help the people around you. It's quite interesting after watching Walking Dead season 10 how crazy we can be as a society if we get to the point of zombies and apocalyptic destruction. And
Real quick, what's funny about that though? The writer of I Am Legend had to actually come out and say that it was not based on a vaccine.
Yeah, so
And that it has nothing to do with it.
I don't know about y'all, but after watching that, it's getting closer and closer to reality, maybe.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
please take care of yourself. Be safe out there. For all the other essential workers that are listening to it, you guys are doing one hell of a job, and I'm right there with you guys. So please stay safe out there.
Mm-hmm.
My boy Theo, my my archer,
our local
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. There you go.
Shoot us on out of here.
Shoot us out of here.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks for listening. Till next time, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.
Good night, everybody.